The Iran war is apparently coming to an end, and the White House has an announcement.
The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon. The War Department agrees. Our job is to ensure that. And so we're keeping our hand on that throttle as long as hard as is necessary to ensure the interest of the United
States. Hey, yo, pause, Pomade Pete. Get your hands off my throttle. At least buy me dinner first. I like Chili's. Even outside of this weird sensual announcement, the White House has been stating we are winning the war and dominating the airspace.
Little mishap. They shot down 3 planes with our missiles. They happen to be our planes.
Damn! That doesn't sound like we're winning. We shot down 3 of our own planes, and now the threat is so high, military members are working remote. How does that work? Does someone in their pajamas with the Sopranos on in the background airstrike a school all from their bed? That's actually exactly probably what goes down. Now, the Iran war has some people split as it's making things more expensive at home. But don't worry, Trump has a message for all those people.
In my reporting, I speak a lot to young voters, many of whom voted for President Trump for the first time in 2024, hoping to have no more wars and to have lower prices. Now, with the war taking place and with gas prices going up, curious what President Trump's message would be to those voters who kind of swung into his coalition in 2024, but maybe don't feel the administration's going as they had expected.
President Trump is doing this for you. He's doing this for young people.
How is that for me? I don't want any of that. That's like when my wife makes me a dentist appointment. I hate the dentist. They're car salesmen with a college degree. Now this is confusing because Pomade Pete is still torqued up about the war going on, and Trump is telling us the war is over. We're told they're negotiating with Iran and that they sent us ships of oil, but then Iran is saying they're not and will only negotiate with JD Vance, mainly because he looks like if they just order extra naan bread, he'll accept anything. And I can't really blame him. Naan bread is great. So I'm confused. One day we're told the Iran war is over, and then the next is we're carrying out the best strikes ever. So can somebody actually ask the tough questions about this war?
I have to disagree with Dana. I didn't think Kamala was hot.
Oh, she was attractive.
I said she was beautiful. I'd say hot.
I don't know. I mean, she was okay. But I mean, if we're talking hot, she's not hot.
Well, I didn't say hot. I said,
well, it's about hot people, okay?
AOC.
I'm not going to go there.
There's a war going on, and you're busy talking about if Dems need a hottie to win the election, when your 2 choices are fatty or shorty. I hate it here, but at least that rhymed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir. Just making sure you're paying attention.
Welcome to the Semi-Daily Night Show, formerly known as Deskside Rants. I'm your host, Gary. Halter, an AI-powered cow collar company, plans to work with Peter Thiel, the guy who chronically looks like he just got done watching Cops, is spearheading the investment into the company. The company goal says is the broader push to use technology to manage farms more and efficiently reduce labor needs, and allows virtual fencing to be placed remotely. We're gonna replace cowboys now? Whose butts will drive me nuts? What will Stagecoach become? Without cowboys, Fent addicts won't get a new Jelly Roll album. This is horrible. The cow collars will cost $5 to $8 a cow per month. Even cows get hit with a subscription. Now, why this is a concern is Peter Thiel, who's helping the company, is the main investor in Palantir, the company that tracks individuals and spies on them, and probably put you on a list for watching this video. Sorry. So the rumor floating around is this is a test to eventually roll out onto humans, which should scare you, because the CEO of Palantir practices sword moves in front of chicks to flirt with them. You're already rich. Chill out, nerd Jon Snow. The argument here is that this will make beef products cheaper, because corporations have always made more money and passed that on to the consumer. How stupid of me. The collars will track health, chewing activity, sleep cycles, and even social media posts of cows. I made that last part up, but that would be a sick Chick-fil-A commercial. Trump has an insider trading problem. Just minutes before Trump announced that he would pause strikes on Iran, there was a $1.5 billion bet placed in oil futures in the stock market. Just 15 minutes before Trump announced the pause. I knew 15 minutes could save me 15% or more on car insurance, but it turns out I was working with the wrong lizard people. That was funny, you. But once the announcement was made, the bet won, meaning these people were confident
What did he say?
Meaning these people were confident enough to bet hundreds of millions of dollars at a time where the oil market is as sketchy as a kid playing at the park down the street from Epstein's apartment. The trades were placed in normally low volume trading hours early in the morning, indicating there's insider trading going on in the Trump orbit, which is illegal. But financial crime is heavily enforced, so I'm sure it will be investigated. $1.5 billion were just made in a shady stock trade tied to the president, and the person in charge of investigating this resigned. What the f? And I still have to file my taxes. And that's not the only sketchy business deal going down. Trump's son, Don Jr., invested in a rare earth startup which recently received a $620 million agreement with the government. The White House is basically Oprah, but instead of free cars, they just give multi-million-dollar contracts to people in the Trump family. And the Iran war is costing billions of dollars. It's raising gas prices, and the elites are profiting off of our pain. So surely the president cares, right?
That flows to American refineries on the Gulf Coast, lowering the price of gas in America. So it's a...
Forget that. When are they going to do the statue? The hell with you.
I'm paying $7 a gallon in gas, all just because you're in the Epstein files. And you're asking about a statue? They already made you one. The White House has launched an app after a week of posting cryptic tweets like blurred out images of the president. Nope, sorry, wrong image. The White House dropped their announcement video for their new app.
There's been a lot of launches lately. Relax. This one's an app. Track the latest news, live streams, and everything White House.
You B-rolled airstrikes for an app that gives us state-sponsored news? George Orwell would be pissed right now that you took his book as a study guide. Who thought this was a good idea? Not everything needs an app. If I wanted to be tracked by a government and threatened with videos, I would just make a joke about Israel. All right, no balconies for me for the next month. And I know what you're thinking. Giving the White House access to my phone sounds dangerous, and it's not. The White House text team is very secure.
Just into the newsroom, FBI Director Kash Patel targeted by Iranian-backed hackers. The Department of Justice confirming that Patel's emails and photos have been published online.
The director of the FBI got hacked. Did he think those random traffic fines that you get texted at 9 p.m. were real? Kash Patel, the man who may turn into an owl at night and the director of the FBI, just had his email hacked by Iran, where he had all of his images posted online. That basically just looks like my Snapchat in 2016. It was a good year. Iran hackers are saying that we will soon learn that the FBI security is a joke. We know! He's dating a psyop. Wait, someone just texted me. Oh, that's the White House app telling me I'm banned for joking about this. And I have a delivery on the way. That's weird. I didn't even order anything.